Thanks for joining the Emancipate Show. I'm your host, Kel. Joining me today is Scandalous. And we're here to talk about them five cops that off that dude in Memphis. And Risha showed up. That's what's up. Appreciate that. So Sniper,
Yeah, I'm
Risha.
here. Hello, hello.
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah. So who's gonna kick it off first?
I mean, whoever, it don't
Well,
matter to
I
me.
think I personally don't have much to say because I'm just now really finding out about it. But I'm gonna keep what I have to say short, and then you guys could take over. And if I have anything else to say, go. After you guys speak, after you enlighten me more, whatever. But I feel like we as Black people, we already have to deal with certain things living in America, especially when it comes to these cops. We already deal with certain things with Caucasian cops. So we shouldn't be dealing with that from Black cops. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up. And I'm actually surprised. Like, when I first heard about it, I instantly thought it was Caucasian cops.
Nah, it's them
I
other
would
white
have
people.
never knew. I would have never thought that thought would have never crossed my mind that it was a Black cop.
Now it's them other white people, boo.
So, are you finished? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm done.
Um, like, what's crazy to me, first of all, is how that escalated to such a fatality from a traffic stop. Like, what warranted them to be that aggressive? And
Mm.
then, upon watching the footage, and they was like, "Yo, uh, like get out and put your hands behind your back and all that." And he's like, "What happened? What did I do?" And before giving him a reason or a probable cause of why they pulling him up and yanking him out like that, like spraying him in the face with pepper spray or mace or whatever you call it, and threatening to tase him, and what I mean, then you know like basically kicking him up and standing him up and taking turns punching him in the face. And I'm like, what? This is what a traffic stop warrants? Like, I don't understand why the severity of this had to go that far. And then these guys are all wearing body cams.
Mm.
You know, you know this is being filmed. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, are you guys high?
I don't know why
You
they
know,
even got that.
you know what I mean? And does this make them feel? Is this their way of relieving stress? Like, the regular civilian, they want to relieve stress. They go to the gym. Some people go to the bar to relieve stress. I feel like these officers in America, to relieve their stress, whatever's going on in their household or whatever's going on in their life, they attack the civilians.
Mm.
This is what I feel. It's my opinion. You know what I mean? So I don't want everybody to be like, oh, that's not blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, this is my opinion. I feel that, when they got a chip on their shoulder, maybe, their wife ain't acting right or they going through a divorce or whatever, they hit the streets, pull over random people for nothing, and find reasons to abuse and misuse their authority. And this
Mm.
time it went too far and the man lost his life. But this is the same song and dance that's been happening. Where's Black Lives Matter?
Where are they?
Where are they? They supposed to be front and center. They
Yeah.
got paid enough money to have the resources and things of that nature to rectify these problems, and nothing is being rectified.
A fact.
So I'm trying to understand why I keep seeing these slogans painted all over the place, flags waving, Black Lives Matter. Obviously, it doesn't because Black lives are killing Black lives.
Black lives don't really matter. It matters when the
Exactly.
clicks come in, though.
So why are people even funding this organization?
I agree with you.
These guys are lining their pockets with money from people that are donating to help Black people's lives matter. and it's the same song and dance. How many more of these police brutalities that we got to witness before this change? Because what are we in 2023 now? I mean, since 2019, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, the numbers are just stacking up. Black people being killed by police.
And it's sad because it sounds like the way you just described it, it sounds like they were looking for someone to pick on and they were big bullies and they took it to their advantage.
Yeah,
Like they
Exactly.
were doing it for fun. Like
but
this
this is
was
just this is
something
just
that they were enjoying.
right, but this is just one of the many incidents. God knows
Okay.
those that goes under the radar. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They have a saying that what they say, these things been happening, it's being brought to light. That means it's been happening, but it's being brought to light. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and in this digital era that we're in, where everyone has a camera on their phone and all these body cams and all that, I don't understand why they feel so comfortable to do these acts. You know what I mean? And they think they can do it with impunity, like nothing's going to happen to them. But it kills me also that you see how quickly they brought justice to these five officers because they were black.
Mm.
Had they been of a different ethnicity or whatever, you know what I mean? We probably wouldn't even have seen the body cam footage yet. They would have told us, "Oh, we didn't get the body cam footage yet." You ever hear them type of
Exactly, because
things?
they know how to find ways to get rid of that information. They know how to find ways to beat the system. The whole
Right.
system is corrupt. You can't
What happened to a
I don't know if you still there.
Risha? What happened to her?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. It's something happened.
Go ahead,
But
go ahead.
anyway, go ahead, guys. I
No, no,
forgot
no.
what I
You
was saying.
saying the whole system is corrupt.
Yeah, the system is corrupt and they know how to hide information when it comes down to it. You can't trust the police. You can't trust the governmental system. We all know the entire system is corrupt. So they do things
I,
because they know that there's ways to get around it if they want to. Well,
that's
not if
true.
they want, if they can.
I
But
have a theory.
my thing is okay. We have your so-called Black Lives Matter. That organization is controlled by white people. It's like black people can't have. Well, I wouldn't call us black people, but that's what they call us. But we as people, or Aboriginal people, can't have anything without these people being a part of it or coming to hijack it. You know what I'm saying? We'll create something, and then if it's going good, here they come from nowhere, want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ever see a black man in a KKK party?
Of
No.
course not.
He's only probably there as leverage to be used for whatever shit they got going. But as far as like a movement, we can't have no movement because one, we're inconsistent. Two, we're so brainwashed in this system. It's just so many different problems that we have. And then not to be pointing the finger, when you as a black man go out there and you come home to this life of stress sometimes from this woman that's supposed to be help building you, and that don't make a situation no better. I guarantee all these cops here got woman problems in their house. I
Yeah,
can
and I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I don't understand how a person could be in their right state of mind and actually perform those type of activities. How can a person
Right.
be in the right state of mind? They had to be like high or on something under the influence. I don't know. They were not. You can't be in your right state of mind doing something like that.
Right.
They are
Hey,
under the
people.
influence. They blacked out. How far are you going to take it? You're going to reach a point where you like, wait, let me stop. This shit got to stop. Nobody said stop. They all
Right.
had to been on something. They were not in the right state of mind to continuously kill
yeah, but
him,
yo, you see how they
beat
did this,
him to
right?
death.
You see how they did? They beat this guy to a pulp.
See, I didn't
Yeah,
even watch. I don't know. I'm just finding out, so I don't really know. So
the
No,
footage
but
is very disturbing.
it's not just them. It's just like black
and
men
that's
on.
my point. You saying they beat him to a pulp, right? No one said enough is enough before we kill this man.
I think that was their intentions all along. That's what it seemed like because the way they was
Right.
beating this man was like, yo, because you know when you have a fight in real life, right? The average civilian, you know what I mean? And you knock somebody down and they're not getting up, they kind of done for. You just allow them, like, you know what? You had enough.
What do you think? Somebody said that's extreme. That's exactly same thing I was saying. What do you think they were smoking? Crack, weed, um, they were on some drugs or something like that.
It could have been drunk and it could have been anything.
It could have
You know
been
what I'm saying?
anything. You just never know.
But here, check this theory I got, right? So weeks prior to this incident, the what's her name? Megan Hall, the white lady officer who was you know, in sexcapades with a couple of the officers at her precinct or whatever, right? So they all got fired, and those guys engaging in those acts happened to be black, right? It was like 4 or 5 black guys, right? Immediately after that, here's this incident where they kill this guy, Tyree something, I forget his last name, and it's another 5 black guys. You don't see the pattern here?
It's there, a
It's a
fact.
pattern. And I'm feeling like these guys are taking the fall. They're fall guys for something bigger. You know what I mean? Like it's not adding up because it's like you know what I mean. All of a sudden, all of these black officers are getting in trouble and getting sent to jail and stuff like that. All of a sudden, what happened to the white cops that was doing all of this fuckery before? And the case is dragged on for like 2, 3 years, and you still ain't hear nothing. Look how long it took for George Floyd's uh, attackers to get served up.
You know what it is though, that they will drag their feet, but you know what's the one of the biggest problem I got with all of this? People
What's
take the
that?
money.
Huh?
People take the money. Like George Floyd, he gets killed. They take the money. The kid on
Oh yeah.
220, the kid on 229, he gets killed. They take the money. Eric Garner, he gets killed. They take the money. Everybody, every black person they kill, they take the money. Why
Cause
people are so quick to take the money and just okay, let's forget about it. But the problem is not fixed.
see that settlement money, it's basically hush money. It's like,
Right.
listen, I know
Everybody's
you're
so quick to
suffering.
take the money.
They like, I know you're suffering and you're going through things, and here's a couple of dollars, and just chill and don't talk about it no more. And they take the bait. You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of these situations, it's hard for you to really say that you wouldn't take the money because a lot of these families that are destroyed by this police brutality are impoverished. You know what I'm saying? They're doing bad. So and they come and throw a number at you, you know, yo, we give you 250,000 if you just shut up and don't testify.
Right,
A lot of
right,
them is gonna jump on it because they suffering, and they
right.
and authorities know that.
It's
So
true.
I'm
Like
saying,
it's they feel like they could just use money and buy everything.
yeah.
The money take care of everything.
And in they eyes, to me, they like, yo, listen, you could always make another kid. Here's a couple of dollars. You go buy your little house, get out the projects and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And don't even talk about this no more. Probably make them sign a disclosure too.
right. An NDA.
Yeah, NDA. Sign this. Shut your mouth. Don't talk about it no more. You can't bring us back to court. Hold us look of 250,000 and everything.
Yeah, it's always ways to beat the system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Always.
but they
If
don't
they
do that.
gotta buy their way out, they gonna try to buy their way out. Period.
that's a fact.
But they don't do that to those other people. You show me where in history they ever gunned down a white kid and the mag the same way they do it to us.
But you
These crimes are hate crime. It's what he said. Venetia Cole said. It's like they just snap. I need answer. Yeah, you. It's like when you come around the police. It's like they trying to strike fear in you. This is why people don't want to do anything because they're trying to strike fear in the heart of black people. They
well,
would, they would just pull you over randomly. I mean, like you can't trust. You don't know what kind of police is gonna pull you over. You don't know what you're gonna get pulled over for. You don't know how your day is gonna go. If and they're killing people on camera. What's the
yep.
point of getting all of this video camera shit like that if they killing people they don't live? They killing you live.
And that shows you the camera means nothing. That the camera is not stopping them.
Yeah.
That's not going to stop them. They're not thinking twice, like, oh, I got a camera on. They don't care.
You could
The
even pull
camera
out your own
doesn't
phone.
mean anything. Everybody got cameras. That's what they feel like now.
Yeah. I just find it crazy, you know what I'm saying, as a black man, me driving my automobile, that anytime I see lights, even though if I ain't doing nothing, I could just be coming home from work and I see the lights, I get nervous. I don't know
Me too.
why. It's like an
Yeah,
automatic reflex.
your senses, your spider senses is all over the place.
The other day I was coming home from work and then I heard whoop whoop and the lights start flying. I'm like, oh man, what I do? I was, you know what I mean? I was moving good, you know what I mean? And it just so happened they was going past me, but it's just crazy how I got into that state of anxiety when I seen them lights and hurt. You know what I mean?
One of my thing is this, right? How is it America can help everybody? They say, oh, and it doesn't matter what president is in office, Democrat or Republican, and all these things happen on the president's watch, and he does nothing. Even if your man Trump was in office, all these president Obama is in office, Bush, all these things happen. If you notice, every president that happened, there's always a crime that happens on their watch, and nothing gets done. But these guys are or whatever, they could go in other countries, they can help this country, they could help that country, they could do this and they do that, but they can't help what's going on here.
And they never will because that's not a priority for them. That's not on the top of their to do list. That's a I don't give a fuck list.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what
Because
it
they
is.
already have America, so they go in these other countries and set up shop so they can gain something. Maybe that country has oil. Maybe that country has natural resources. They already have America, so what they gonna do? Help America for? They already own it. They gonna go over elsewhere to find out what they can take from there. Oh, y'all suffering? We're gonna bring you some food, but we need your gold. We need your oil. You know what I'm saying? We'll provide protection from the refugees and stuff like that, and the rebels and all that. But we taking. They're not doing that because they have good hearts. America is always in somebody else's business because they want something from them.
A fact.
That's a fact.
That's a
You know
fact.
what I'm saying? They're not over there because they got good hearts. You think they in any country because they want to help? They don't want to help. They want what they got. So in return, you know what I'm saying? We give you a piece of bread, but we're gonna need your gold. We're gonna need your diamonds.
Seriously, that's just how it works. It's always an exchange for something.
Hmm.
Right, but you're not fixing up home.
See, Ukraine, a lot of people don't know they have U.S. What you call it? Not an embassy, but we basically have U.S. interests there. So when they sending all this money, it's not just for the Ukraine people, them. It's for our own soldiers and our own military over there. So what I'm saying,
Mm.
make sure they got the top of the line guns, top of the line vests and bombs and all this other business, and tanks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They not helping Ukraine against Russia. They got interests over there. So something that Ukraine is giving them, that's why they sending that bread over there to make sure they protect their investment.
Quick question. Like, as a black man and a black woman, like, if you have a son, would you feel this will be this is the place to raise your kids as black people? Do you feel safe being in America?
I don't, because he already got a strike against him since he born. He's black. That's the first strike. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? It's to the point where, you know what I mean, just just dressing a certain way as a black man can get you into something. You can't even be yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's like going on a job interview and all that. You know what I mean? You get all preppy and everything to impress this guy so he can look at you of upper echelon status and all that. You know what I mean? And then what they tell you, oh, well, the man have dreads, you got to cut those, or you know what I mean? Or you got too much facial hair, you got to cut your beard. Like what? Well, I got to change and alter my identity to fit into your workplace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw a video, right? I think it was on your page, and they said when they get the smart one, right? They're gonna recruit him, and when they recruit him, they're gonna use him to keep the other people's in check.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you got a let's say you work in one of them uh businesses in Manhattan, nice office setting. You make the smartest one supervisor, and you tell him to supervise his own people.
Hmm.
Go in there and keep, you know what I'm saying, your little Negro friends in check. I don't even want to have to talk to them. So I'm like, you. If they want to talk to me, they have to talk to you, and then you come relay the message.
Yeah. So it's already ingrained in the system that they just dislike black people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll let you get a little money, but they won't want to see you richer than them. It's a
No,
damn fact.
I just think everybody got a realm that they gotta move in, and when you move out of that realm, then they just be like, "Hey, we gotta get this nigga out of here." You see
But our
that with
biggest problem is us, though.
Yeah, you see that with when Prince started talking about his music. You see that when Michael started talking about his music. You see that when Pac started talking about his music. You know what I'm saying? They use is what you like to destroy you. If you drink, they use alcohol to get you out of here. If you like drugs, they use drugs to get you out of here. If you're gangbanging ass nigga, they use that to get you out of here. So they make it look it well, it makes more sense to use that to get you out of here. If you
Why do
have
you
an
think?
addiction to something.
Why do you think they promoting and they're signing all of these drill artists? You know what I mean? Because they know where it ends. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They know where it ends, and then they get the life insurances on them. Go ahead and keep talking that drill stuff. We gonna promote it. We gonna put it out. Make sure you hit number one, and then we know they're gonna smoke you. You know what I mean? And then when they do,
we get
we
a bag.
collecting. We collecting your life insurance, and
Yeah, they
we're
always
still
collect the
promoting
life
your music.
insurance.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they're gonna still make money off the music. They're gonna keep. Pop Smoke is still playing. How long he
Yeah,
been dead?
about what 3-4 years now.
Not, I want to say two or three.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
But I'm like the other day I was listening to the radio and they played about like four songs of his back to back, like it was a marathon, like it was his birthday or something. I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? Because they still got to get that bag off that. You know what I mean? Off his music.
a fact. So, like I said before, it's a certain realm that they got to make you play in order for them to keep you in that box to make and generate more of the culture, which is black people, and make sure that they keep on killing us, keep on bringing in new accent, and they keep the same cycle, keep on repeating different faces, different people, different everything, but just the same repetition of the same thing over and over.
But
No.
yeah, I agree. But at the same time, they also know that we'll kill one another. So we're basically doing the job for them. Look, we just had 5 officers kill one of us. So it's not even just dudes in the street, hood dudes or whatever. It's the law
That's supposed to
killing.
protect you.
That's supposed to protect you. Those guys that killed him are supposed to be the guys he called when he's in trouble, but
A
yet they
fact.
murder him. So I'm saying,
But you know,
I
I
mean, when you think about it, the cops is not going to do their job the way they really want to, especially the ones that's scared. They want to go home to their families, and
what are
they're
you
probably
scared of
afraid
though?
like they might
Whoa, whoa,
get
whoa,
shot.
whoa. What are you
Some of
afraid
them
of
might.
though?
How?
What when they say a police is afraid, they keep you know who they're afraid of? They're afraid of a nigga. I've seen white person have machete guns
Yeah, but
and they say,
hold on. They are afraid of black people, and they are afraid of their own kind. Like their
no,
own
they're
kind
not.
be mass murderers.
No, they're
They be
not.
shooting up 20 people. They can't even save one person from killing 20 people. Like they have mass murderers too. So they be
Risha,
afraid of them also.
Risha, Rittenhouse got off with murder. The guy what's the other kid? What's the other kid that shot up the church?
Dylan Roof.
Dylan Roof. They took him to McDonald's after he bodied 8 people in the church.
Yeah.
So, bro, I just seen a video, right? Uh, of a white woman. I don't know what she was on, but she had this big little boulder, a big old rock. You know what I'm saying? Like she had to hold it with 2 hands, and she was threatening to throw it at these officers. And you know what I mean? Nobody pull out their guns and all that or whatever and shot her or nothing. They was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Calm down, ma'am, and
Hmm.
Ray. And then she threw it at them. And the joint broke up into like mad little pieces because it was a big boulder. I don't know where the hell she get that from. But um as she threw it, then they rushed in and cuffed her up and all that. So basically what I'm saying is it was a non-incident apprehension. You know what I mean? It was no let me tase you all up or you know what I mean? It it's just crazy to me, like, you know what I'm saying? They pick and choose who they're gonna be violent with.
A fact.
And you guys are trained for these situations in the academy and all this
Allegedly,
other stuff,
they
allegedly.
they said they're trained for murder. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna share my screen with you, right? Look at this right here. I'm gonna share this with you real quick. These are all the people that got away with murder. All of these people. They all killed
What you
black.
say? Who is that?
Look, these are all the people that got away with murder. The lady that killed Emmett Till, um,
Yeah, I'm still salty about that.
right?
They
This
And
guy,
she admitted she lied too.
this guy right here, Texas execute for dragging him to death. He didn't get away. These officers that killed Eric Garner. You can see the screen, right?
yeah.
I see it.
Right, right. He got shot. Unarmed black man revealed. There's another guy that got pulled over. He got shot 9 times in the car with his baby mother, and his kid was in the back.
Mm-mm.
Right. Um, these guys all killed black people and got away.
Yeah, they
These,
always get away.
right.
Hmm.
These are all the people that died. They got assassinated by these whatchamacallit. Feel
Because
me?
if I'm not mistaken, it's something in the law where their judgment is different from black people judgment. When
Yeah.
it comes to judgment day, their standard is a little lower. They set the black people standard on a higher level. I can't explain it because I'm not like a lawyer or no shit, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this guy said not all of American mass shooters have been white, but the overwhelming majority of them have been far right wing white males with similar mindset. Most of the Americans is white, so it makes sense a bit, but they most likely be white. But yeah, white supremacy makes up 110th.
It shouldn't
So
even be a race or color thing. You know what I'm saying? There should be a same standard for the same
everybody,
crime.
right?
So if a
Right,
black
but
man is a
this
mass
brings you
murderer,
back to way before our time. Those a lot of that stuff never changed. So it's like the same shit applies. That shouldn't even
yeah.
apply in this day and age.
Well, it's the Constitution isn't written for us in mind.
Right.
Right.
And if you go through it and you look at, you know what I mean, I can't spit it verbatim, but you know, once you are a citizen, you know what I mean. That's why it's like, you're supposed to be treated fairly unless you're like in custody or in prison. Then they can treat you like a slave. And I mean, in so many words, it says that in the Constitution. You know what I mean? So like if you get locked up, if they deem you as a suspect, once you're in their custody, you're basically not a law-abiding citizen. So they treat you how they want to treat you. This is why so many people get arrested on a minor charge and never leave the precinct. They get dead off in there. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, what happened? Nobody know what happened. But
San,
that person was in your custody. How you don't know what happened? Oh, we went to the cell and that person wasn't breathing. How? How, Sway? When you brought them in there, they was alive, well and breathing. You know what I mean? With a few, bruises
uh,
and tumps.
rest in peace, to Sandra Bland.
Ah, her exactly. When they brought her in there, see how they was dragging her in there? You ever seen somebody go into a precinct and they not even walking with their own two legs? They're being dragged.
Yeah,
That was a red
That's
flag right there.
crazy.
this
That's a
this
red
case never
flag.
got solved. Never got
Wow.
solved. Right? And this
That's
she was killed by
crazy.
a cop also.
And what was the purpose of the stop? A
It
broken
was,
tail light or something
it
crazy?
was a regular traffic stop.
Traffic stop. You see what I'm saying? Why are these people ending up unalived because of a traffic stop? You know how many times I've been pulled over for a traffic stop and they say, hey man, your tail light is out. All right, thank you, officer. Appreciate it. Get that fixed. All right, I'm gonna give you a warning and then I'll go get that fixed. All right, thank you, officer. Appreciate it. And I'm about my business. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I got officers like that and not somebody who got a chip on their shoulder, like get out the car so I can smash your face in because you got a broken tail light or whatever. You know what I mean?
This case
And
never got solved. Never got
bro,
solved.
it's scary just going outside, bro. Not only do you have to worry about the robbers and the criminals and the gangsters, you got to worry about the police, bro.
And that's even worse.
That's worse because they're everywhere. They're the biggest gang in America.
Yep. Eric Garner, another nigga they choked the fuck out to death.
Over what? Selling cigarettes,
And cigarettes.
bro. Cigarettes? Man selling Lucy's just for a little extra change in his pocket. Yo, and he deserved to go? Come on, man. We in shambles, man. This country's in shambles. And other countries sit back and watch this on TV and
Yeah,
laugh
they
like,
laugh. Yeah, we America is the biggest clown. But what
America is the biggest clown.
yeah, but
Indeed.
what broke the camel back with this Eric Garner, and then they make these statues. You know, I don't understand. They make these fucking statues and shit like that, but they go back to doing what they do best, kill niggas same way.
right.
Like, why?
All these murals they
The
put on
mule.
these
You
walls.
saw the one they had for for this guy. Let me show it to you. This is so crazy. What's his name? Martin Luther King, right?
Mm.
Yes.
So I'm about to clock out on you guys.
All right.
Next time, let me know, okay?
No problem.
I appreciate you coming through.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Take care. Thanks for pulling up. That the mural you saw the mural they made a couple mural for this for Martin Luther King, but it doesn't matter what they make. They make all these different things and it does nothing.
See, this is like almost like the hush money. You know what I mean? So when they do us dirty, they say, yo, you know what? We're gonna make a monument for you. We're gonna change the
But
name of a street.
it put it, but those streets that they create is to show that okay, this is the kind of people that live in this area.
Right,
So
right,
that
exactly. I was about to say that
right
because they got Martin Luther King and Malcolm X boulevards and streets and roads all over America, and they are all in the hood.
in the hood.
They would not dare put that in no Hollywood, Calabasas, or nothing. Martin Luther King
No, that
Boulevard.
ain't happening.
It ain't
Why?
happening. So when they do that, it's a slap in the face. Like, oh, you gonna give us a sign so we get to call our street Martin Luther King Boulevard? What?
Yeah,
Then they just did a one for Big Pun.
that's
You
that.
know,
That all these streets got to be either in the metro area. It's either going to be in the Bronx, Brooklyn, not in
yeah,
Manhattan, not in Manhattan. It could be.
exactly,
It could probably be in Queens, but that's borderline. But all these things that they do is to gentrify and make sure they know the kind of demographic of people is living in the area.
exactly,
They have it marked like okay, this 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 street was named after this guy because this guy's. But they ain't put none of these streets in Illinois. Definitely not Calabasas. That shit ain't fucking happening.
right. And this is what I mean. So to me, it's like here, shut up, nigga. Here, hold this. We ain't giving you no money or nothing. We're gonna give you a monument, and you get to go there with your family and take pictures.
My thing is about all of this stuff is when will it stop? What is it gonna take for us to be like, yo, enough is enough?
Bro, it's us. It's us. We the only ones that don't stick together. You see, like we said earlier, when a white person gets shot, or you know what I mean, them people come together and make
Mhm.
sure there's justice had. You know what I mean? The Asian community, Hispanic even, they come together and make sure
They come
we
together. The
can.
Spanish come together a little bit, but they just as bad as black people.
Nah, nobody's as bad as us, bro. You know what I'm saying? They fight as well. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanic community, because there's different sectors of it. Like the Puerto Ricans might fight with the Dominicans. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Which
And
that fight
whatever.
don't make no sense.
It don't. But they're different kind of Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? They're from different. You know, that's the separation between them. But all blacks, no matter what, you know, you know, what culture you're from, we just get at each other. You know what I mean? Don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like we have so much divide between us that
I think, but systematically they put that into place to make sure that we stay the way we are. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
They leave it like that because it works and they make money off that. When we're divided, they make money. If they make
right.
money, it works. You
But
think
we
about
have to see.
why would you want to fix something if you're trying to make, if you're making money? If you're making hundreds of these guys make trillions of dollars off us. Why would you want to fix that? And then you're gonna mess the bag up? Why?
All right, so boom. So boom. You see how, I'm gonna just use this as an example. You know what I mean? So you see when the Muslims march, right?
Yeah,
Why the Christians don't team up with them in March too?
they're cowards.
Because they're like, no, they're Muslim and we're Christian, so we're different. See
Yes,
the
but
divide?
Christians are cowards though. They ain't gonna step when shit get real. The Muslim will step. But you do have a point with that though. And I'm Christian too. But
So that's what I'm saying. So why, because you're a different religion, that we can't march together? Why we can't
no,
fix a problem together?
they can't look past the fact that they're gonna be with those kind of people. That's what they
It's
can't look
crazy.
past.
And then you have Africans, real Africans, not African Americans. I hate that term. Africans that come here to America and they shit on so-called African Americans. Like, bro, we're both black. You may be from the motherland and I'm from America, but we're still black. We still have the same issues.
Yeah,
So yeah, you might.
we got imported from there here. So
Right.
we're actually descendants.
So you think when police drive down the street and see a man with dark skin, he cares if you're African or African American? No,
He just see a
you're
nigga.
black. Yeah, they see a nigga. So I don't know why we
And
can't just come together.
it's the same thing when you it's the same thing that when you tell the Spanish people like you're black, they say no, papi, me not black, I'm Spanish. But I'm like you're illiterate for saying you're Spanish. You're black. We all was on the same boat. We just got dropped off at different locations.
Right. And then if you think about it, even if they don't want to believe they're black or have any black relation, you are in the same ghettos we're in. We're here together.
A
The
fact.
Bronx especially. You know what I mean? When I grew up, it was nothing but Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans. And we got along in harmony. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at the Puerto Rican dude no different than I looked at my Jamaican brothers. Those is my homies. You know what I'm saying? But when it go down, oh nah, man, I ain't Jamaican. I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm gonna stay out of that.
Right, right.
You know what I'm
That
saying? Like, yo,
people, you see, the thing about that is that people pick and choose what they want to be a part of and what they feel is beneficial to them at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So if it's something that's gonna be like okay, it's gonna work for them, they be like okay, all right, I'm black. Oh, I'm this. Yo, look at this guy,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Look at this guy, man.
See
Look
what
at
I'm
this.
saying? Like
Oh, look at this guy, man.
for a traffic stop, bro. For a traffic stop. They didn't even tell him what the traffic stop was about because I was listening to the audio while they were showing the video, and I'm like, it's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what are you stopping me for? Like, all they kept saying was get on the ground, put your hands behind your back. Like, damn, you ain't even gonna tell him what you pulling them over for. Maybe he could have, gave you an explanation for whatever you pulling them over. So let's just say it was a tail light. He could have been like, yo, I'm on my way to AutoZone to get a bulb for my tail light. You know what I mean? Simple.
Mhm. And
That
and
man
another
would have still been here.
another thing that they used to describe you is they use your criminal history. They be like oh, he was a criminal and blah 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 blah. So that's why that happened to him. So just because he had a police record or something like that, he's not a person.
Yo, Martha Stewart was a criminal. And she came home and got a show and had Snoop Dogg on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So your past shouldn't mean nothing because she changed her life around. She stole millions and everything and whatever, did her time, came home and still had a Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg show. So I'm saying, well, why we can't redeem ourselves, and you know what I mean? Like, why we gotta wear that criminal record on our life? Like, oh, you did the crime 20 years ago, so you're still a criminal. Nah, bro, I was younger then. I was foolish. So I'm saying,
In fact,
it's crazy. I had this thought, right? It probably had never happened, but I was like, yo, it just came to me one day, just randomly, right? You know how they have the West Indian Day Parade and they have the Puerto Rican Day Parade?
yeah,
What if they would mix the two on one day? That wouldn't be dope.
nah, that won't happen.
I know it won't, but that would be dope. Puerto Rican Day and West Indian Day Parade at the same day, same time, same place. They representing their culture, we representing ours, all in harmony.
It
That would be
sounds
dope.
it sounds good in theory, but you're gonna have people saying, "Oh, but papi, this, that, and the third," and the Jamaican be like, "Bumbo cloud, we don't want to do that." No,
See, that's the problem, bro. Because we still live in the same neighborhoods. Look, the Puerto
but,
Rican Day Parade
but they're gonna
ain't,
say they're different.
yo, how many black dudes and Jamaican dudes you see at the Puerto Rican Day Parade? Enough, don't.
A lot,
At the West Indian Parade, how many Puerto Ricans you see at that joint?
a lot. I've been to both of them.
Me too. And I see all races there. So why not just combine this shit? You know what I mean? Why split it? Because at the end of the day, when the parade is over, y'all all going back to the same neighborhoods.
Neighborhood. I mean, it makes sense, but it's not gonna happen.
It's
It's
crazy to
it's a,
me,
it's
bro.
a good idea though, but it's not gonna happen.
You got places like Chinatown, Italy, Spanish Harlem. You don't have nothing that represents black people community.
Nah.
You'll never be like African American Boulevard and you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like that happening. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It to me, I
Or
think it's
Jamaican
just
Town.
it. Yeah, like you have you have Chinatown. There's a part where you go in Jersey. It's all Asian people there. Like there's a
Yeah,
strip in Jersey. Is the whole entire area is Asian community, right? You have
hmm
Little Italy. You got people Filipinos that got their own little section in Queens, and you have the Chinese then that got a part of Brooklyn that is just their stuff there.
The
The
Irish
Jewish,
too. The Irish got
yeah,
their own community.
yeah, the Jewish people out there. We're the only one that's all over the goddamn place. We're
With no
all over,
community.
no community. We
You know what I'm
don't have
saying?
any kind of direction or any kind of community unity. None of that stuff. We're just all over the place. We're just
So
like
that's what
scattered.
that goes back to what I've been saying. It's our fault, man. You know what I mean? We can't blame nobody. We can't blame the white person. We can't blame the Asian. We can't blame the Spanish. It's us, man. We don't want to be unified. You see, them people, they want to be unified. See what I'm saying? They stick together. Whatever culture they represent is that's their thing. Us, it's like, nah, yo, I'm over here with it. I don't want to be over there. This lame shit. You know what I'm saying? We only come together, like I said, when shit land on our doorstep. Now we want to protest and march. What we marching for?
It ain't
You know what I'm
fixing
saying?
anything.
Y'all
It
won't
ain't.
march. Y'all won't march to get the potholes fixed in front of your block or you know heat working in your projects. You won't march for that. But somebody gets shot and by police, then you want to march. But you never say, hey, yo, this kid was out here drilling and spinning the block. You know what I mean? It was a matter of time before he was going to get done off.
Yeah.
I didn't care to step in then and find him a community center so he could use his energy playing ball or something or drawing or painting. That man was spinning the block for years and he get touched and all of a sudden everybody want to protest. Come on, man. We some sad people, man. I'll tell you that. You know what I
It's.
mean? As much as
I don't think we want change anyway. I really don't think we want change.
we
I
say
don't.
we do,
But we ain't working towards it.
yo,
We
they
ain't working.
funded the BLM for the change that they was looking for. And nothing has happened.
But they still haven't done shit. They
Right.
haven't
But
done
everybody
nothing.
everybody part of that got nice houses and cars now. Living.
Yeah. I don't know how that organization stays open. I
It's
don't
because
know how that organization
because
is still.
it's a two-part organization though. It's the BLM and the Rainbows. That's how it stay open.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you know the
Oh,
Rainbow run it.
oh, this is him right here.
That's the dude they killed.
Yeah, court records don't list attorney for Mr. Smith Bean or Haley Martin lawyer. Williams Messi confirmed that the client had turned himself in. He and Miller's lawyer, Blake Barley, said their clients would plead not guilty. Wow.
How?
No,
How? We
um,
seen it all.
no one, no one out there that night intend for Tyree Nicholas to die. Messi said. Both lawyers said. So how he dead then? How he dead then?
Right.
How he died? Yo,
Their lawyers are spinning this into their narrative. That's all that's happening.
yo, yo, this shit is crazy.
How
Look
you
at this.
didn't intend for him to die and y'all was all taking turns thumping him in his face and
Wait,
bro.
look at this shit right here, right? This is. Let me show you something. This is crazy. They beat this guy to a fucking pulp. Look at this. Look at this shit right here. I meant to show you. Look at
I
this shit right
seen that, man. I had to keep scrolling, bro. I seen
here.
it. I had to keep scrolling. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna entertain it.
Yo, yo, look at the guy right here, right? Look at him right here. This is him before. Look at him right here. This is him right here, right?
Big it up, big it up.
Wait, let me maximize it. This is him right here, right?
Don't look like a threat to me.
No, no, no. Yeah, but look at this guy. Look at him right here, right?
Hmm.
This is him after they give him the beats.
And
He,
look at the officers. Them, they all some burly, brolic looking dudes. Like they go to the gym all the time.
yeah, they look like they've been working out.
Right. And all five of them is taking turns thumping this little skinny mother you. Come on, what do you think was gonna happen? If you strike a man how many times, you don't think he gonna bleed? You don't think there's gonna be some kind of
He must have
uh
been
uh
pounding this nigga the fuck out.
they was, man, the video show it, man. I'm like, yo, four of them holding him. One man turn around, doof, thump him. Then the next man go for his turn. It was like, yo, bro, it's something you would see in the hood, yo. Like gang activity, bro. That's exactly what it looked
This
like
is
when I
gang
seen it.
activity. This is gang activity. Courts record don't list Attorney Smith. Wait, say both lawyers said they had not seen the video. We're in the dark about many things, just like the general public. Yeah, okay.
We're not in the dark. We seen everything.
Murder is punishable by 15 to 60 years. Tennessee law. Nicholas' stepfather, Ronnie Walls, told the Associated Press by phone that he and his wife, Ro Vangar Wells, who is Nicholas' mother, discussed the secondary murder charges are fine with. They're fine with. They pushed for the first degree murder charges. There's other charges, so I'm all right now with that. He said nothing was fantastic that authorities have to move quickly in this case. Now, let's hear what Joe Biden says. At the White House, U.S. President Joe Biden said Nicholas' family and the city of Memphis deserve a swift and full, transparent investigation. That's good. Public trust at the foundation of public safety, and there are still too many places in
Bro,
America
that's what
today.
they always say, yo. You know what I mean? He's always gonna give us speech and say, yo, we're making them take the proper procedures to get this solved and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then a week from now, 2 weeks, maybe a month,
Forgotten.
rush under the rug, yo.
Right, everybody got their likes. Everybody
You
covered the
know?
topic.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
like,
anything is gonna change, man.
it's
I
not,
just don't
yo.
think anything is gonna change. I think we the until we start loving ourselves and respecting each other and stop with this drill bullshit music and this listening to this garbage and stop the killing and decide to be more unified, we're gonna keep on going through the same cycle.
Let me ask you a
But
question. What do you think they're killing for? They don't even have a purpose.
I know, right? They
Every
just do
day in New York, somebody getting done off, right? A man spun the block because of this and that, and they go to jail. You know what I mean? And it just happens often and often and often every day. You know what I'm saying? And right, did what's really happening? Nothing. They want us to destroy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because remember back on the block, back in the days, you know what I mean? Joint got too ruthless on the block, couple shots fire off. What they do? They put the bus on the block. Remember the
yeah,
NYPD bus?
couple of weeks.
Big, yeah, couple of weeks, big spotlights and everything. Man can't do nothing out there, right? They're not doing stuff like that no more. You know what
Nah.
I'm saying? They not
Well,
moving in.
you see what they're doing in Chicago now.
Yeah,
They let them solve their own crimes out
let
there.
them sort it out.
Yeah,
That's what they making us do, low key.
they say, let them figure it out.
They're like, yo, let them sort it out. They got beef with each other. As long as y'all keep it in your little projects and keep it on
Right.
your little neighborhood,
If they
don't
kill
let it
in the
spill
project,
over.
that's their business. But if somebody harm an officer, that shit gets solved in less than 24 hours.
Bro, they go hard for their own. They go hard for their own, bro. The whole force will be out if they hear
Yeah,
one of these get touched.
they will solve that crime before sundown. It will be fixed. You know, I saw something the other day, and this guy is finished though. So, but this before we wrap. So this guy was driving, right?
Mm,
And you know the officers, they're always speeding, they're always speeding. So this officer blitz down the block. He hits a taxi, eats a taxi, right?
right.
But it's only if the cab driver only knew what he was in for. Two people that don't like to pay lawsuits is the police department and the fire department. You hit any
Facts.
one of those guys or they hit you, let me tell you something. You when you get the money, get out of the country because they're gonna put in the system some shit about you and they're gonna harass you. They're
Yes.
gonna harass you. And whatever lawyer picked that case up, rest assured you're gonna run through a couple of lawyers before you get justice.
Yeah,
Best
because a lot of lawyers don't want to touch certain cases because they
no,
kind of mess up their reputations.
no, no, you're not. Listen, when you get the money, if you do get it, I seen a guy in court with a police officer hit him put him in an accident. The nigga still fighting the case 7 years later, 5 years later. They don't like to pay.
I know.
You feel me?
And then they're gonna watch you over those 5 years. So if you do anything,
They're gonna harass you.
they're gonna be like, "Yo, he don't deserve the money because he jaywalked."
And the other sad thing about that case is this, right? Whenever whenever they do the shit that they do and they're wrong, it puts a bad light on you. And if you die, nobody could collect the money.
Right.
Yo, in closing, this is all I gotta say. If we want better for ourselves, we gotta start searching for that. We gotta start demonstrating that from home. We got to start
Absolutely.
building more community centers, start teaching our kids how to handle situations like this before we go out there in the world. Because if we don't make a change, nothing is going to happen. What
We
Michael
gotta
Jackson
teach.
said, we got to start with the man in the mirror.
Absolutely. We gotta teach our sons and daughters not to kill another person's sons and daughters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
remember I remember my brethren said something. This lady, the hospital called her because she got a kidney and she's like, oh, thank you, Jesus. He says, Miss, you should take a moment to say a word of prayer for the person that died so you could be able to get the kidney. Yeah, you got the kidney, but somebody had to die in order for you to get that.
right.
You feel me? We got to
Hmm.
do better as people as a whole. If we don't start fixing ourselves that's broken, women need to stop acting like a masculine gender and be more feminine, and men need to be more masculine
Masculine.
and take care of the household. You know what I'm saying? If you make these kids, stop making these kids if you don't want them. Don't make what you can't afford to take care of because the law is going to bring them up. And you can't lock the government up for getting rid of such and such.
And then if you do have them, don't make the streets raise them.
Exactly.
See what I'm
Because once
saying?
they're in the system, they're government's property. I mean, we're already government's property already as it is. But
Right.
we got to start making a stance and start taking care of our household before we make these unwanted kids. Because they're not going to stop killing us. And just like you said, what's the point? What's the goal? What's the end game? I think this is just like hunting, if you ask me. It's a
The end
sport.
game for everybody is take care of yourself for self-preservation. Nobody cares about the kid that lost his life down the street or
No,
whatever. And like I said from before, I keep saying it. People only care when it touch their doorstep.
I was just about to say that before closing. Anytime it's on your doorstep, that's when we care. Change the narrative, people. Break the cycle. Thanks again for joining the Emancipate Show. I'm your host, Kel. Shout outs to everybody commented. Big up, Snipe. Scandalous.
You
Man, we
done
need